You know, I really do. I mean, I don't know. I get it, but I don't get it. Y'all know what I'm saying? Anyways, I'm hoping it's just people that aren't watching. They're just seeing clips. It has to be. Even factoring in the fact that most of the world is dumb, they can't be this dumb. People see a 15 mil win and then an 11.7 mil win, and they go, oh, he won 27 mil. You're good. I'm really hoping they're just watching well, I'm not hoping, 'cause that's one of the reasons I hate. It's one of the reasons I like strike YouTube gambling highlights of mine, because they don't sell a accurate reality, right? I feel uncomfortable when Dexerto writes an article about me hitting a 15 mil win, because that's not the truth. Yeah, I hit a 15 mil win, but do you know what I lost to get that? I just have to assume that these are people only seeing clips. Because I can't fathom a reality where people are this dumb. I know people are dumb, but this dumb to be watching my streams and making these, like, you know what I'm saying? If you watched it and you were paying attention, you would know, but I didn't say anything out of embarrassment. When I hit that 15 mil, that's a good day, right? Even though I was still down so much, it's still a good day because those wins don't come. Realistically, I should have just like ended it there, but I kept going. And that 600 BTC that was won, or however much that was, around that amount, ended up going all the way down to 75 BTC. So I was in the same spot that I started stream. And then right around that mark is when Wanted hit. That's when the 11.7 hit. That's why I was so fucking relieved. Because in the very stream that I was complaining about how the fuck did I even get here again, I did it again, right? So then the 11.7 hit. I'm like, oh, fuck, thank God. So I make it back up to that 600 BTC area. And then when I started Double Rainbow and going back to Dork, I went all the way back down to 75 to 100 BTC left. So I made the same mistake that I was complaining about in the first place twice in the same stream. And then fortunately, Dork hit again for 3, right? Wanted hit for like 2, and then Double Rainbow hit, and then I hit Roulette. So it's like, I don't know if people are just dumb, or they just add all the wins, and they don't realize what's being spun away in between all of it. But it's like, I didn't come out of that up 27 mil. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I try really hard to be as transparent as possible and show the reality, but I don't know if it's the other streamers. I don't know if it's just the highlight clips they're seeing, but they got it twisted. You know what I'm saying? As far as, what did Mo say? What can we do to help you stop after a big win train? You can't. You can't. There's nothing you can do. It's irrelevant too, because let's say I stopped after that 15 mil win, right? I know you don't believe in this. You actually believe that each bet size has its own seed, and if I go to bed, my seed won't play out the way it did in the next 10 hours if I wait till the next day because it's a whole different thing. Like, I understand you believe that, but that's just not the case. Everything I went through after Dork would have happened the next day. You understand? So it's not a matter of stopping for that day if I hit 15 mil. The only way that I'd capitalize off that 15 mil is if I stopped forever. You understand that, right? I just want to make that very clear. It's like, this idea, I really don't think so. No, that's how it is. That's 100% how it is. It has to be. So then stop. Dickwad, I don't want to. I'm not doing it to be up millions. I'm doing it because I enjoy doing it for the high. The lows are what makes the highs, great. It's degenerate and fucked up, and I don't recommend it, but that's just what I like it for. Like a heroin addict? No. Maybe a little, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I've done heroin for 4 or 5 years, okay? Back when I was 20. And the main differentiation, and it's crazy how many people, like, you can see how many new people cycle through, like, the viewers, because we've told the story so many times, and it's new to so many people, right? But it's like, this is like the major distinction, and this is why I really, really hate when completely disconnected streamers that are living in a completely spoiled bubble virtue signal and give people a scapegoat. It's really why it pisses me off beyond belief, right? And all these guys that have come at me do this. And I've always said this, right? If a streamer is sitting there selling a false reality of only winning and selling the reality where you can double up and it's all wins and fun and you should do it, and they're secretly making money off of your losses, that's one thing. At that point, you're not virtue signaling, right? You're going in and explaining that this person is literally selling a false reality and manipulating, right? But when you blanket everything, and regardless of that context, you give people who, in that moment, regardless of addiction, make that decision to be greedy, to try and win but not take responsibility if they lose, right? If they win, are they coming at you saying, yo, man, I wish I didn't start this. I won. Fuck, nah, man, like, I'll take this. I can't. No, it's only when they lose, right? So what's ultimately happening? And I think these people, you know, the creators are smart enough to know what they're doing. They just don't care, because for them, it's all just gain as much as possible from every situation that they can, right? Clout-wise. There's a major distinction between an addict that takes responsibility for his or her or they, you know, self's actions, and one that looks for anyone to blame. Now, like I said, there is, in my opinion, a situation where the individual that's doing it can be blamed, such as selling a false reality and purposefully manipulating the reality, right? But in the case where the gambling is being done raw, transparent, and it's just all losing, and it's the reality, it's what anyone else would be going through, there has to be responsibility taken, right? And I told Mo this earlier today. We're having a talk about some other stuff, and I was talking about how I don't blame the gambling or the heroin for both of those addictions. I blame myself, and that's how I was able to cold turkey off of heroin without any rehab, without any of that other stuff. I just cold turkeyed it with my will, right? It's crazy to hear today's times, because even stepping away from gambling or any addictions, the way that mental illness is completely perverted by creators that use it for clout and use it for clicks is insane. It's like, I see why so many creators that do this don't like me. And maybe half of it is other reasons, but one half of the reasons is definitely this. I have one foot in the real world. I've done we just talked about the heroin, the gambling, right? And then the other thing on this mental illness topic, right? I have bipolar split personality, which is pretty severe mental disorder, right? Or mental illness. So this idea that's sold for clicks, where you can just blame your mental disorder and take zero responsibility, is just such a perversion of reality, and it in itself is a manipulation to gain people as fans and to gain clicks and clout, which is one of the biggest reasons I was upset when these people that do this didn't want to partake in the program, right? Because I think that's far more dangerous than anything else when you sell that, where you can blame it on this. If you talk to any psychiatrist or psychologist, right, there's a lot of things I could blame bipolar split personality on, right? A lot. And whenever I bring bipolar split personality up in a conversation, it's regarding the mental, health of others or just a movement. I don't use it as an excuse, maybe an offhand comment of a joke, right? So it's like, it falls into every category, not just gambling and addictive things. People need to be taught to take responsibility by their parents first and foremost. And then after that, they just need to be able to see clearly past the bullshit that's sold to them, which is, in my opinion, a very cheap thing to sell, because everyone's looking for a reason to blame other than themselves. So yeah, what brought me to this topic to begin with, but yeah, people are crazy, bro.